Next stage, a man looking for trouble. What can you see beyond the darkness?
When you look beyond the darkness, tell me, what do you see? It's your boy T-I-N-Y to the P. Yeah, he's looking for trouble here on twitch.tv with Crash or Jade or Spyro or Leon Kennedy. Is there a new game to start? Is he doing some art? Maybe knowledge of an 80s children's show to impart? Cause he's splendiferous, vigorous, rigorous. He's damn vociferous when arting or Mario Karting. He's straight carnivorous. Tiny Peter. Tiny Peter.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
With a great rate of save states debating his fate, Peter's greeted by emotes of cheaters when people donate. Give him a or a and we'll build up the hype, and I'll struggle to read half the words that you type. So are you ready to go? Come on, what will it be? Are we gaming or painting or watching dated kids TV? Grab a bite, crack a slide, dim the lights, sit tight cause the stream's about to start and the mics sound right, boy. Tiny Peter. Tiny Peter.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Boy.
Hello everyone, welcome in. Are you having a nice holiday, Brits? Are you having a not nice holiday, non-Brits? You at work? You've been working today? Been at school, college, other places?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Here we go. Tiny Peter Rost in Spyro stream time.
Yeah.
How are you? How was your weekend? Looking forward to SMTJ Live this weekend. It's going to be amazing. Hope you are having a fun and groovy day.
SMTJ Live, that's right. So, welcome in, everybody. I'm here on time because today in the UK it's actually a public holiday. It's a bank holiday, as we call them. But I went into work because I've just had a couple of days off anyway. So I was like, hey, I'm going to go in and do some work. And I'm also going to come home in the afternoon and stream. So here we are, streaming from my lovely home. Is it lovely? I don't know. It's not for me to say. It's for someone else to judge. But thank you to Stephen for the bits. Oh yeah, here we go. Tony Peter Austin, Spyro stream time. How are you? How was? Oh, hang on, that's not a half window. I want I want to be able to see all of that, please. How was your weekend? Looking forward to SMTJ Live this weekend. It's going to be amazing. I hope you're having fun and groovy day. Well, I'm very well, thank you, Stephen. I've had a good weekend. And I'm looking forward to next weekend, where we are doing a very special live show on Saturday morning. Saturday morning, at least in certain countries, but not most countries. Or actually in plenty of countries, but like really early in the morning for some of you. 11 a.m. You just saw the trailer. So 11 a.m. BST and your equivalent time zones wherever you are, will be doing a lovely Saturday morning show that's kind of a combination of Saturday morning kids TV, your Dick and Doms, your SMTV lives, your live and kickings. Most of those will mean nothing to most of you. Meets your sort of Sunday brunch magazine show on a weekend. The thing that your mum probably watches sometimes and gets recipes for like roast dinners or that kind of thing. So there'll be all sorts of fun segments. A lot of it will be live. A lot of it, well, I say it can't both be a lot. I think it's about a 50-50 split between live and a few pre-recorded fun VT things. So we've got a main menu. We've got an interesting like Barbara Piss challenge. We've got a rules boss, which will be live actually. That's not a VT. So there's all kinds of things for you to check out. And there will be a live gunging as well. So you can get involved yourself by voting on who has to dress as a walrus, who has to get gunged at the end. You can get your face on screen, or a logo or whatever it is that you want. And you can call Rules Boss yourself and leave him a problem to solve. He's your special agony aunt or uncle, and he's going to solve all of your woes. So head to Patreon if you want to do that, and we'll all have a wonderful time. And by the way, if you have redeemed one of those tiers, like the Rules Boss one or the Get Your Face on Screen one, get your stuff in, everyone. Head to Patreon and like actually, do your redemptions and make sure that you get your face sent to us, because we're still waiting on some faces and some potential Rules Boss problem senders. So have a look at what reward you've paid for and make sure you get it. Get your money's worth, and there will be a VOD available after the fact as well. So that's all good. Stephen has gifted a sub to Drew, taking Stephen up to 899 gift subs to the channel. That is one away from the big 900, which is ridiculous. And we're very grateful for all of those gift subs and all the support. Hot Take Henry incoming. This is the second best Spyro game. 2 is the best. The first is the weakest of the OG games. Looking forward to this one, says Painter Millie. Hey, well, Hot Take Henry, I agree that Spyro 2 is the best in terms of objective quality. I think it's the superior game. I think it's probably fair to say that Spyro 1 could be called the weakest in terms of content. It certainly has the least content, because in Spyro 3 in particular, you've got your bonus characters, and Spyro 2 and 3, you've got like more, you got like your orb challenges or equivalent, your egg challenges. So that's all good. But I don't really like Spyro 3. I don't like the new characters, and I don't like some of the level designs particularly. And I really like Spyro 1. So it's my favourite, I'm afraid. That's my hot take. I agree, it's potentially the weakest. It's certainly not the best, but it's my favourite. But Spyro 2, we're agreed, is the superior game in terms of objective quality, I would say. Dick and Dom with swearing, but without the swearing, says Lobrotovich. Maybe we'll swear. Maybe we will swear, because we'll be on YouTube. So say what we want, I think. GY Goliath has gifted a sub that's gone to Lady Janet 34, taking GY Goliath's total up to 674. Goodness me. In less than 20, you will have hit 669 with a 0 on the end. 690. Nice. Thank you very much, GY Goliath, for your gift subs. And Stephen has gifted another sub to Cleaver Slips, taking Stephen up to 900, which is bonkers. Got it to 900 for you, Peter. Well, thank you, Stephen, very much for that. That's insane. And yeah, well done for hitting that milestone. Where was I? Yeah, there. There's another one. Mattington, 34 as well. Subscribed via the usual means, not Patreon. I'm getting what am I trying to say? Amazon, Prime is the word I'm looking for. I'm getting all confused. What? No, how dare you? Says Lorobotovich. What do you? What? Which about what? There were probably several hot takes in there, so I don't even know what you're mad about. Do you think Spyro 1 isn't the weakest, or that Spyro 3 is the best, or what? I've shocked you, but I don't know how or why. Vote Peter to be Gunge because they'll only need a teacup's worth of Gunge, says Adi Pramana. That's a good point, but we have already bought the Gunge anyway, so it won't save us any money. But you can vote for me to be gunged if you want. I don't mind. I mean, I do, and I will when I'm covered in gunge, especially given that we're going to be going out afterwards for a little cheeky beverage. So, yeah, I probably would be very cross. But that's the way it goes. It's a voting system. It's a democracy. Lord Brotovich is mad about the swearing, not the Spyro hot takes. Swearing, what am I mad about? Come on, you know me. Yeah, no, fair enough. I'm just, you know me. I'm that Spyro obsessed that I thought the only way that anyone could get as emotional as that about anything is Spyro the Dragon, right? It's got to be. So, yeah. Peter, tell air traffic control to get their stuff together. I'm supposed to fly to the UK today, but there are so many delays, says Bali. Yeah, I've heard about this. There's a huge air traffic control glitch, apparently, that's just causing utter chaos. So that's interesting. Here we go. Subtime times 29. If you have to say it 29 times. TP rules boss said so. Says McPT94. If you can get rules boss to call me about that and tell me that I have to say it 29 times, then I will do. So I'll await the call. It'll come through, I'm sure. I guess in 6 to 8 working weeks is the issue. Bloody Brexit. But never mind. What is gunge? Says please stop. See, that's the thing. I think it's a semi-regional or not regional, kind of national terminology. And I think in kids TV in America, they probably have always just called it slime. It's basically slime. That's what it is, especially nowadays. It's quite popular, isn't it? Kids like to make slime and stuff, and it's essentially all the same stuff. But on, particularly on UK kids TV, and I don't know where else, we tended to call it gunge. Don't really know why, because you wouldn't really call it that in any other context. If there wasn't a camera rolling and it was being tipped on someone's head, you wouldn't really use the word gunge elsewhere. You would say slime or I don't know what else, but yeah. Gunge may be slightly thicker, suggests C. Bennett. I mean, yeah, and it's more... generally on TV it was opaque, whereas slime I picture as being sort of translucent, whereas gunge is, it looks like sort of... it almost looks edible. I mean, it probably is all edible, because it has to be if you're going to pour it on top of a child. But, yeah, like, it kind of... I'm not saying it looks tasty, but it looks like it's mushed up vegetables or custard or something. And probably in a lot of cases, it was just custard. But, yeah, like, the gunge on Get Your Own Back was very much opaque. It was not... it wasn't a proper slimy sort of... what would be the word? Not twinkly, what am I trying to say? But, it didn't, like, reflect the light or anything. Or let the light through, as the case may be. So, yeah. Sparkly was sort of the word I was looking for. Yeah, slime I picture as being kind of sparkly. Yeah, well, there we go. We've all learned something today, that people call that stuff different things. Sprout Stuff subscribed for 55 months. Goodness me. Everything's better than creamy muck, says Lord Brotovich. Well, that was custard. I think that was literally just a bucket of custard. Sprout Stuff, thank you very much. For 55 months, that's an insane number. That's well over halfway to a year, right? 100 months? Slime can be made thicker depending on the amount of water you use. Yeah, I mean, that's true. But it's all semantics, isn't it? It's all personal preferences. What do you call it? So, I mean, to be honest, I was just about to say, actually, Axel's Alive has asked the question. I was just about to say, we are making our own gunge, which is actually made with just a kit that is for kids to play with, like a make your own slime set. So really, we are sliming each other rather than gunging. But yeah, we'll have to see what consistency it comes out at, because I think we've only got like one packet of this stuff. So if we do it wrong and put too much water in, then I don't know how we're going to thicken it up again. Put some flour in or something. I think we do actually have some flour at the office, so that might be what we have to do if we're not careful. But hopefully we'll do it right, and there'll be some instructions. So there we go. Nickelodeon was the one who mainly used slime. I remember it being featured during the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards, says Steven Skoders. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that clip where... No, it's not Miley Cyrus. Katy Perry just gets like it must go up into her brain. You know how like you know the Egyptians used to take your brain out through your nose because you can actually get up there. The pressure of this thing that like Katy Perry gets, she like opens a box. I don't know if it's like if she was in on it or not, but she does not seem ready, and it just goes. It's the back of her skull. I'm pretty sure. So yeah. Right, should we play the game? Should we do that? Probably should. So oh, hang on. I've just reset it and it made a bit of a noise. There we go. We're in. So yeah, it came to my attention today. Apparently I've never done this game on stream. Or maybe, but I don't think so. Here they are. The Rhinox. I'm sure Pachiti still has some stuff you could dump on someone, says Larotovich. Yeah, I mean, that was mostly pickled onions and God knows what, but... No, you'll be pleased to... Oh, yikes. Okay, you'll be... Oh, yeah, it does this on the loading screen for some reason. I think otherwise it's a perfect... it's a perfect ISO, but it doesn't like to load, this game. Hello, game? Oh no, why is my controller not working? Is my controller demapped?
Yeah.
It was
Spyro
working in practice. Let me just redo.
TTJ Dick Salute.
TTJ Dick Salute. No, it all looks mapped properly. Let me just try again. Close the emulator and restart it. I don't know why it's done that. All the buttons are sorted. Should be. Yeah, Nickelodeon used to do a lot of that stuff, didn't they? Stephen, thank you for the bits there. Oh, we got the hype train level 1 as well. Right. So we're in. Oh, emulated original Spyro 3 and not from the Reignited trilogy, says Cooley Willy. Well, I think that's it. I think I may have... Okay, we're working now. I don't know why it wasn't working before. I think possibly I streamed the whole of the Reignited trilogy when it came out. Although even then, was that in the Vidiots days? It was, wasn't it? So yeah, I don't think I've ever... I don't know. But I looked on the VODs channel and there was no Spyro 3. And there was Spyro 1 and 2, I think. Definitely Spyro 1 was on there. So that says In the World of Dragons, I think, or something. Go. The question I have is, where do all these eggs come from, given that all of the dragons we've ever met are male? Did these dragons breed asexually? These holes give me a little bit of tryptophobia. I don't like how big they are and how squishy they are. It's not good. You played Spyro 2 for sure. I remember the Spyro hockey, says Logrovich. On PS1, did I? Yeah, I think I did. Some of these dragons look pretty cool. They were made especially for this game. Some of them look more like the models from Spyro 1, but that guy on the left there looks pretty rad. Don't know what this says. In the lair of the sorceress, in the Forgotten Realms, or something. I don't know.
We managed to capture the eggs, Your Highness. Every last one.
Excellent. Maybe you will amount to something after all. Now, go guard the tunnels. Stop anyone from coming through.
Oh. Good music once again. It's your boy, Stuart. We're getting a single frame of text on those loading screens, and I'm not seeing what it says, but you don't need to know.
Where are the eggs?
The holes came out on the other side of the dragon world. We found some of the eggs, but they were too heavy to carry back.
The other side of the world? The Forgotten Worlds. Spyro, you'll have to go. Nobody else can fit down the holes. Yeah, come on, let's go!
Old Wolf of Faron 1 in the chat. This isn't original hardware. This is emulated.
Find the
Do have a
eggs
copy,
and bring
though.
them back, Spyro.
Just
You're our only chance.
just there somewhere,
Got it.
alphabetized. So it's legal. But no, it's just easier to emulate on... sorry, easier to stream when it's emulated. The adventure begins. So, here we go. All the eggs have been stolen by the sorceress. That's all you need to know. And they've been taken to the other side of the world, which is quite dramatic, but... let's give me that active camera. So yeah, I'm surprised I've not streamed this game. I'm kind of reaching the point now where, because I'm not so into streaming new games. So you'd think like, you know, you could never run out of games to stream because new games are always coming out, right? So just stream whatever the new thing is that's just come out. But I'm not so keen on that. I prefer to stream older things. And on top of that, I prefer to stream games that I know reasonably well so that I can, you know, I'm not going to be getting lost, wandering around and stuff, wasting time. And I'm starting to reach a point now where I'm like wanting to revisit a few old games that I may well have streamed, but potentially years ago, you know? I don't know what the...
So, you're the one in charge of rescuing the eggs, huh? How sad. Look here, Dragon. If you know what's good for you, you'll turn around and crawl back up that hole you came through. Those eggs belong to us now, and I've hidden them in places you'll never find in 1,000 years. Besides, even if you could find an egg, our expertly trained armies will dispose of you and take it back. Do I make myself clear?
Sure.
If I find you
Sure
here
do.
again, I am going to be very angry. And you won't like me when I'm angry.
Oh. What was I saying? Yeah, I don't know what the where the line is or what the limit is on being able to go back and stream an old game again. So yeah, but I think it's all good. I mean, some people just stream the same game all the time, don't they? Some people are, you know, on their Dark Souls over and over again on the grind, doing it in different ways. So there we go, that's the area clear. So we've got a level there, but I'm not going to go in. I'll just talk to her, otherwise...
Hi, Spyro. To look left or right?
Yeah, alright, that's fine. I'll do that. And we've got Moneybags over here, who's guarding a kangaroo.
Spyro! My, how funny to see you here. Why, I haven't seen you since we defeated Ripto in Avalar.
We?
Well, my business went into a slump after you left, so I came here and struck up a nice deal with the local sorceress. Lovely woman she is. Seems to be very fond of dragons, too.
I wonder how he got here.
The sorceress has asked me to guard Sheila the kangaroo. I suppose if you had a bit more money, I'd be willing to let her escape. Then you could keep her for a pet or something.
300 gems, okay. Can I talk to her? I'm not allowed to talk to her. Okay. Thank you to Millsdirt for subscribing, by the way. 52 months. Next stop, 52 years. That's right.
Yo, Spyro, I just found one of those portal things.
How much he leans forwards.
To a different world, but you'll have to glide to get across to it. Press the X button to
Yeah, I know how to play the flipping game. Thank you. Oh, left a gem. There we go. Thank you, Sparks. Do your job. Does Hunter think I failed the glide? Is he gonna... Because I saw him, he's moved back to the platform again. Is he gonna go, oh, almost. Try again. Remember the longest glide and double the jump. Something.
To get the best glide, press...
Yeah, he did. He said it.
I saw something shiny in that cave over there. Let's go check it out.
Next Unholy War
Get there
stream
by
when?
hovering. To hover, just press the triangle button at the end of your glide.
Just replay all the games you've streamed so far in the same order. Bugs Bunny Lost in Time Round 2, says Mr. Black. Hey, that's one of the games I would like to replay at some point. I don't think I'll play that one for a little while, if ever,
I
because...
forgot. I found this egg.
Oh, thanks. Because, man, it's a bit... I enjoy it a lot, but I don't know if it's very audience friendly. I think some people probably... It's not as fun to watch as some other games, and it probably is not as nostalgic. There are probably fewer people. Although, actually, I want to put... There's a sequel to that, or a spiritual successor. Bugs Bunny and Taz Time Busters, is it called? Made in the kind of the same style, with a lot of the same mechanics and things. And I've never played that, so actually I should definitely stream that. That would be a good idea. I've not... Can I smash this? Yes.
Yeah.
On a previous stream you mentioned playing BG&E again. I'm on board so long as you 100% that I have the mini game. Smiley face.
That is one that I'm definitely going to replay, not just because it's a game that I want to replay.
Do you like the active camera mode?
Yeah, I do. Change the game to passive, no. Yeah, not just because I just want to replay that game again, but because it's the game's anniversary coming up, and I think it's a significant one, because it came out I think I talked about this last time I mentioned it on the stream. Beyond Good and Evil PS2. It came out November 2003. So yeah, it's 20 years old this year. Hey, all the more... What a good moment that would be for them to, actually give us something of that prequel that they're never ever going to release.
I see an egg at the bottom of this lake.
Yeah, I know how to swim. Thank you. So, yeah, I am gonna stream that, but I'm gonna wait till November. So we'll do a little. We'll either start it or try and aim to finish it on its anniversary. Maybe not finish it, because I'll definitely end up stuffing it up and doing it wrong and not finishing on the right day. But yeah, I'll probably start in November and do a little BGE month. I bet they will drop a demo in November, says Lobrotovich. Nearly as old as Ashton. Oh my god, it is, isn't it? Goodness me. Oh, see, there was a gem. I was spinning round and round. And is that it? Have I got everything? Yeah, I think so. Spyro, I've got a special task for Sparks. Meet me back here later. Okay. So a lot of backtracking in this game. But at least you get your money's worth, especially as a child. It's probably not your money as a child, is it? Your parents get their money's worth. Oops. I was thinking about... I've never played Ape Escape. And that was a game I was thinking about streaming. But I looked at it today, and I've only ever seen like little clips of it in isolation and thought, oh, that looks alright. But I sort of skimmed through a long play and I thought, nah, I don't know. I'm sure that like a lot of people, or maybe almost every person who played it at the time, would, that they have like a big nostalgia for it. But to me, someone who didn't play it then, it probably doesn't have as much to offer me, I think. Like these older games that if you're going to play them for the first time decades after their release, they need to have aged well enough. And I don't know if that one has, unfortunately. I could be wrong. Did you ever play Toy Story 2, says Soloquetzel? That's another one, actually. A game that I played, but I never owned. And I played through the demo, which was basically the entire first level. Like all the collectibles and little side objectives. You could get especially as a child, if you were sort of going through it quite slowly and not quite sure what to do, you can get about an hour of fun out of that demo. And then I've played little bits of it in at like my friend's house and stuff. Like there's a level, isn't there, like on a construction site and yeah, that kind of thing. But never played it in full, and that is a game that I do want to play on stream because that'll be, you know, it's a good excuse for me to play it finally all the way through, as opposed to, well, yeah, it's something that I've always wanted to do and I've never got around to doing it, so that would be a good time and excuse to do it. So yeah, there are still plenty of games for me to play, even old ones. I don't have to worry that I've now run out of all the old games, because, you know, there are some that I could replay, like your Beyond Good and Evils. And there are some, you know, when new games come out, there will still be some modern games that I do want to stream. I'm not only ever going to play old stuff. I play modern stuff every so often now. But yeah. And then, yeah, there's some old stuff that I've never played in the first place, and I would like to play it at some point on stream. So it's all good. I'll never run out of stuff to stream, but sometimes it's... I guess I'm kind of beyond the sort of variety streamer phase now, where it's like, oh, I'm just making my way through all of the games that are sort of dear to me, because I've kind of gone through all of my biggest favourites, or at least the streamable ones. Like, you know, I really like Tekken Tag, but I'm not going to stream that. I don't think people want to see me fighting my way through the arcade mode on Tekken for 2 hours, but yeah, I've kind of made my way through all of my favourite games of old, and so now it's a case of either replay those occasionally, or play some of the old stuff that I didn't play in the first place. Steven says, I have a major nostalgia for Ape Escape. Was too young to play it when it came out, but played it when I got older. A ton of fun. If you plan to stream it, the PS1 version is available on PS5. I mean, if I was to stream it on PS1, I would probably just emulate it. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do Ape Escape because it was on the list in the same way as, you know, Toy Story 2. Like, oh, this is a game that I should play, and well, if I'm gonna play it, why not stream it? May as well. And then, yeah, as I say, when I looked at it today, actually, I thought, I don't know. Gex 3D, I've never played properly. Played a little bit of it, but is that what it's called? Gex 3D? You know the one. PS1 platforming game, because it was a 2D, it was a side scroller for a while, wasn't it? Gex, but so we can't get in here yet. We need to release Sheila, but we'll come back. Oh, what did that say? To whom it may concern, Sheila the kangaroo is currently otherwise detained by me. Please return in a few years. Oh, I needed to be up there actually still. I like in this game that enemies drop gems again, because in Spyro 2 they don't. Whereas Spyro 1 they do. The narrative reason being that Nasty Nork has cast magic onto gems to turn them into minions. Not those kind of minions. I loved Gex 3D back in the day. I bet some of the humour hasn't aged well. Well, that's true. Axel's alive. I mean, it's kind of dated in its own way, for sure. Yeah. That would come as no surprise to me, having seen some clips of it, but I'm tempted. I might give it a go. And we'll all just have to go in knowing full well that he might say something inappropriate on a couple of occasions. Cody Larza says, Tiny Peter stream on a Sunday? Wait, is it Sunday? Oh god, it's bank holiday mind wipe. What day is this? Yeah, it's Monday. Enjoy your Mondays, everyone. I didn't actually speak to the I'm just beelining through this thing, but I should at least try and play it as though...
Oh my. Can you help us? Hordes of ferocious Rhinox have overrun our town and kidnapped the mayor.
Okay.
Are you a dragon? I never believed you really existed.
Miss Erica Michelle has subscribed via Prime. Yeah. Oh, it's dead now. This Rhinoc, it's no longer here. Thank you, Erica Michelle, for subscribing via Prime. Welcome to the Walrus Clan. Nice to have you. Okay, I'm all done in this area.
Hi, Spyro. Each time a fairy zaps you like this,
Psst.
that means your progress is saved.
Yeah, it's a checkpoint. Thank you. Great soundtrack, this game. Oh no, ate the big chicken. I don't quite understand the big chicken thing. So this is a sort of Colosseum themed world. And then there's like little lion friends running around. And then there's a big chicken. I don't really know why there's a giant chicken. But okay. Oops, sorry. Hello.
Thanks for the help, but I think I would have worn him down in a minute.
Oops. Oh look, it's got a giant chicken leg. That's the thing. Maybe they just designed the enemy with a giant chicken leg, and then after the fact they thought, where did he get the chicken leg from? Oh, we better put some giant chickens in this level.
Thank you for rescuing my town. As mayor, I award you with one of our famous giant chicken eggs.
Delicious. It's Sanders, everyone. Oh, is that Colonel Sanders reference? Only does a chicken dance. Oh my god, it is. It's a KFC reference.
I'm sorry. That was the ugliest chicken I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was. So he's gone through the portal now, and we'll see that for completing levels in this game, a representative from each level heads back to the home world, and they help us out.
We show those two bullies.
Oops, if they hadn't outnumbered me 2-1, I'd have finished them off ages ago. So, things are about to get radical, everyone. Bodacious. SPYRADICAL. Through this door. This whole area was built to specifically reference KFC.
Gladiator training arena, and it makes a pretty cool skate park. Care for a test of your boarding skills?
Sure.
I bet you can't catch all 15 of the lizards running around here. Just come back if you want some boarding tips from the master.
The master? I will catch the lizards running around here. Oops. I did it wrong. Here we go. So we've got to get the lizards. One thing I didn't like so much about this game is how some of it was sort of recycled from the previous game. Whereas from Spyro 1 to Spyro 2, they didn't really do that. There weren't many like recurring models or I mean, obviously, it's nice sometimes when a game has recurring characters. I don't mind the fact that Moneybags is back or Hunter. I'm fine with that. But what am I doing? Yeah, I need to ramp off that one. But like, just kind of seems weird that the lizards are here and okay, we'll half pipe it. go. Yeah, so these lizards were in Glimmer in the first game. And there's like the evil spirits from Colossus are in the second level that we're going to later on. I can't even think what it's called actually. My knowledge of this game is not as good. Certainly not my knowledge of. I can't like differentiate the levels in my head or their names. I can't name them because I've only played through this game like 2 or 3 times. Oh, I've still got a lizard somewhere. Oh, there it is. I see it. So we get an egg for doing this, and then we have to do the same thing again.
Hey, that was great!
But against the clock, and without falling off.
I found this in a lizard burrow.
Bro.
Alright, if you can catch all the lizards without wiping out, and before time runs out, I might be able to scrounge up another egg. It's not gonna be easy, though.
Yeah, we need to collect the skate letters. We need to spell skate. Find the secret tape. That'll be somewhere. Mills Derp. Oh yeah, I did that one. I feel like I might have missed an alert somewhere along the line, but perhaps not. Steven did say Spyro 106% runtime and gave 100 bits earlier. I might not have said that. And Sprouts to 55 months. I did that one. Okay, now I think we're good. I think I got them all. That's great. This was the bane of my existence when I was 12, says Cooley Wooly. Yeah. Puddle of Lemon says, what's the best Spyro level ever? It's either Metropolis or that one with the giant orange monsters. Giant orange monsters.
Go get 'em, Spyro!
I can think of a few different orange-ish monsters. I'm not quite sure which one that is. But Metropolis, I like it for what it is, but I wouldn't list it amongst my favourites personally. Keeping in mind that, as I say, I'm not very good with even knowing what Spyro 3 levels are called. So that if I sort of rule them out of the running, which doesn't necessarily mean that the best level isn't a Spyro 3 level, I would say, I really like Dark Passage. I really like Dark Hollow as well, and I really like what I really like what Toys for Bob did with Dark Hollow. Alright, where's this flipping? There he is. Oh, he jumped. Cheeky beggar. Right, that's just... But there must be some Spyro 2. I like Breeze Harbor. I think that's a good level. I don't have trouble with the trolley, so I think it's funny. Like, I'm happy to just get involved with that meme, but I don't really recall having much trouble with the trolley A. Or certainly not to the point where I got frustrated with it. You know, I'm sure it probably, particularly as a child, it probably took me many attempts to do it all correctly, but the trolley doesn't bother me, and I like the atmosphere of that level. I like the music. I really like the music of this level, actually. I think this is a pretty good level. As Spyro levels go, it's got a great soundtrack. The first boarding arena here is certainly a lot of fun.
That was sweet. And look, there was another egg in the lizard burrow.
The boarding gets harder as you go in later levels, but oh, Alpine Ridge, Puddle of Lemon. You're talking about? Yeah, the big orange, the furry ones, the beasts.
You can go for the course record now if you want. Whenever you hop on a skateboard, a timer will start.
So we can do tricks too. Evidently, there's not an egg reward for doing tricks, but you know, backflips. That was definitely a triple backflip, but sure. Oh, I fell off my board. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna try and do a Ganasty Gnork. Oh, nearly. I biffed. Oh no, I didn't jump properly there. I tried to. So there we go. Huh. No. For some reason, he's not jumping properly off these orange lips. I'm pressing X. Here we go. Right, that's better. Oh no, it's not really registering some of this stuff. Hang on. I think I've got to do a back flip and a side flip, and that's what a nasty nork is. Getting fewer and fewer points because I'm just doing the same thing. Nasty nork. Hell yeah. And 3 points for my... Okay, that's enough. I did my Ganasty. That's all I wanted. Yeah, the fireworks factory is good in this level. And again, good music. And a lot of people like... Oh, what is it called? There's a level in this one that... It's kind of reminiscent in a way of Spyro 1 in that you're freeing something or someone from crystal, right? From statues. I want to say it's not Frozen Altars because that's the one we're about to do, isn't it? But or is it like Mystic? No, what is it? I don't know. But there's one that people really like. Oh, the gems. Oh, cooly wooly. You're right. I just wandered right out of there, didn't I? Okay, I'll run back in and get the gems. Wasn't even thinking about the gems. Just thinking about my sick moves. It hurt me a little inside to see you leave those gems as Axel's alive. You know what? I hate leaving gems, and I was just that bothered about trying to remember. Is this open, or do I have to? Oh no, we're all right. Sorry, everyone. I also, if I'd even known that I'd done that, I too would have died inside. But I was, yeah, too focused. I found out the Croc HD's been made. It's like a whole weight has been lifted. Yeah. That's right, there is going to be a Croc HD remake. I appreciate Croc for what it is, but I've never been able to sit down and properly enjoy Croc because it's a little bit overly simplistic. And I know it's an early platforming game, so of course it's going to be kind of simple, but yeah, I can't quite. And I don't have the nostalgia for it because, again, I played a bit of it as a child, but I didn't own it and I never played it all the way through. So, right, more gems. I'm not sure if there are some gems in the Sheila area that we obviously can't unlock at the moment. In which case, we're not going to be able to 100% the level. Well, we're not going to be able to 100% the level anyway because we can't get the egg from the Sheila area. But I don't know if we can at least collect all the gems. Just bash into the wall otherwise. Okay, there we go. And then down here. Oh, there's a gem. Oh yeah, see that might be it, and possibly might be some gems that we can't get because they might be in Sheila's. Oh no, hang on. Well, I can always check, can't I, what the gem count is in my atlas. Because if it's like a couple of hundred... Oh my god. What, 2,800? What? 10 out of 36? Oh, sorry, that's Sunrise Springs. I was going to say. 311. Yeah, okay. So, I think some of it is in Sheila's area. Pardon? Sheila's area. But I think... I'll just do another pass, but I think I've got all the gems now from here. And the rest we would have to get from when we freed Sheila, which we'll be able to do pretty soon actually, so we'll have to backtrack and come back here almost immediately. Or, well, we can wait. Overboard on PS1. No one wants that, but I'd probably play the demo. Overboard. I had Overboard. It was called something else in America, I think. Man, that was a weird game. Had a weird opening cutscene, I seem to remember. When I say weird, I just mean, you know, late 90s animation. Sheila's wheels. Okay, let me just do a final hop across here to make sure there's no gems. No, we're good. I think we've got everything we can get. In fact, let's give up and quit. Shipwrecked, says Chiggy Desu. Yeah. I think it was called Shipwrecked. Probably with an exclamation mark. What's a remake you want that the world doesn't need and isn't asking for? Unholy War. It's got to be, isn't it? No one else is asking for that, just Lord Brotovich. Right, can I pay for Sheila?
I'm getting paid a fortune to keep Sheila the kangaroo locked up.
Sure.
Ah, Spyro, I love your sweet naivete. Your kind-hearted nature might be your downfall someday, but for the time being, it's making me rich.
Oh, goodness. Love those loading screens. Look great.
I hope you appreciate this favor I'm doing in letting you out.
That's good of you, mate. No hard feelings, eh?
Right. After all, I'm just doing my job.
I reckon you'd be one of them dragons then.
Why is she not looking at
My
him?
name's Spyro.
Never thought I'd see one. You dragons used to rule this entire world, you know. Then all of a sudden you left. Whew,
Dragons used to live here?
didn't you know? They say it was over 1,000 years ago, I think.
And they just left?
Yeah, and the weird thing is, after they left, all the magic in the world just sort of went with them. I mean, they say this world used to have magic coming out the wazoo. Flying ships, singing forests, wishing stones, you name it. But when the dragons left, it all just dried up.
Is that why some of the portals don't work?
Yeah, they're starting to fade out too, one by one. Well, I gotta get back home and do some damage control. Come visit anytime you like.
Alright, let's do that then. We'll do some Sheila. I tell you what, my least favourite thing about this entire game is, other than just generally playing as the bonus characters who, for the most part, don't control very well and have annoying challenges, is Sheila's music. I hate it. It's just on an annoying loop, and there's a sort of weird noise in the background, just sort of going raw, raw. Oh. Yikes. Unknown opcode 67D68169 at 877F94. Error running PSXE. Well, we could be in trouble because the emulator has just crashed, completely broken down, and I wasn't saving at any point, and it didn't have a virtual memory card running at all, did it? So could load that back up, and we'll see what's happened. It was a nice error. It did say 69. Do you really hate it or just dislike it, says Forgotten Media? I think I know hate's a strong word, but I very strongly dislike it, if not hate it. I guess the emulator doesn't like the alternate character levels either. No, I think you could be right. So I think this memory card is going to say that no such memory card exists. Oh, why did I say no? I could have created a save block the whole time. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll jump into the game. Oh, why didn't I was just absent-mindedly making my way through the start menu before, and that's why I didn't even create a virtual memory card. But anyway, we'll do this. We'll be Spyro. And I will get enough... I'll grab enough eggs so that I can... Well, I'll go through the... Hang on. let's get through this. I'll go through, I think Frozen Altars or something is available to us. So I'll go straight to Frozen Altars. We'll do that. And then if I come out of there, then I can pay for Sheila with the gems I get from Frozen Altars. And then I'll make up the difference when between streams. So you guys don't have to see me do the entire first level all over again. But yeah, we'll do that. So, right. He says, immediately grabbing all the gems. Like people were saying in the chat, it's difficult to run past all this treasure, isn't it? But, yeah, alright. You want to talk to me and tell me how wonderful you are.
So, you're the one.
Yeah, I am. I'm the one. Okay, run past all this treasure.
Yo, Spyro.
I need to change my camera as well. In we go. Oh, Cloud Spires it is, not Frozen Altars. Yeah, shut up. There we go. No harm done. I just feel like in opinions these days it seems to be... Oh, man. I've just had another error. Why was it okay loading the first level and now it's just crashing? Oh, man. Let's see what happens. Let me load up that save file. Can I just not go into any levels anymore? I know what I'll do. Just to be... I know, actually, you can't... Hang on. Overclocking. I'm getting mixed up with the PS2 emulator. There are a few, like, go-to fixes where if a game isn't working, no matter what the problem is, you just switch it from one, like, renderer to another, and that quite often fixes the problem. But, at least the reignited version is always an option, I suppose, says Lisa B. That's true. If it continues to play up, I can either immediately boot up the reignited version, actually, because I do have it installed on this PC, or I can... I've still got Pete's Gauntlet installed as well, which is the PS1 Spyro 1 mod. Okay, accessing memory card. Slot 1. Can I load? 1%. We'll have one more go, trying to get into this portal. We'll see what happens. Groovy Pasty, thanks for subscribing for 6 months. Mods, can you do a poll in the chat, just in case we're going to need it? Which... Oh, okay. Well, we made it into the level because it knows that's where I'm supposed to be. No need for a poll just yet. Although, if we do continue to have issues, then maybe it is worth having the poll. So I would appreciate it if you could poll the audience for... if the game keeps breaking today between levels, would you prefer that I just play some modded Spyro 1 for the last, hour or half hour of the stream, whatever time is left, or load up the reignited trilogy and play Spyro 3, but then I will be forced to sort of retread old ground at that point, so... So modded Spyro 1 or Spyro Reignited 3 is the contingency, and you are welcome to a poll. Oh no, they shut down the cloud generator. Potato Shack 99, thank you for the gift subs. That's taking you up to 56 total. They've gone to Gladgadget, Death 89, salutes, Stansig, 589, I probably said that wrong, FTC Theatre, and Bartek Kubica. Thank you, Potato Shack, for all those gift subs. Very generous of you. And Groovy Pasty subscribed with via Prime for 6 months as well. Goodness me. So, if we keep getting crashes, do you want modded Spyro or reignited Spyro 3? Keeping in mind that reignited Spyro 3 will involve probably having to retread some old ground and redo the levels that I've been doing. Yeah, if it keeps giving me issues, I will...
If my wings were big and strong like yours, I could easily...
Yeah, alright. Because I wanted to play through the whole of this game over the next several streams, so I'll probably do it via... Well, I will do it via Reignited if we continue to have issues, but it's just whether you want to do that today or you would rather see something different for the remainder of the stream rather than go over old levels, and then, you know, before the next stream I can catch us up to where we were by playing Reignited in my own time. But there we go. Seems like most people want to see the Reignited, which is fine. We'll do that if we have to. But it looks like I can kind of cheat my way
The metal armor, those enemies...
into levels by going through the relevant portal, at which point the game does an autosave. And then even if it does crash, when I then load up that save file, it dumps me in the level I was trying to get into. So, yeah, that seems to be the way to do it. So we might even be able to do it in the PS1 version if we just keep faffing around with restarts. It'll put me in where I want to be, but I don't really want to have to do that. I'm sure I've streamed Spyro 3 on Reignited before, but probably on Vidiots. Just gotta restart the emulator at every level, says Lucy B. Yeah, exactly. Something else I dislike about this game. Oh yeah, that reminds me actually, I was halfway through talking about that when I think when we had one of the crashes, but we're talking about hate versus dislike. Forgotten Media was saying people say they hate things but they just dislike or don't care for. But no, I think I actively hate Sheila's music in this game. I would probably rather play it with the music turned off. It just goes round and round. It doesn't sound good in the first place, and then it's got quite a short loop point as well.
Sorry, Spyro. It is my sworn duty to make certain no one crosses these bellows.
Oh no.
And you know perfectly well.
I hope we've got enough gems in this level to be able to pay for this.
Sworn duty. That is, until you have a few more gems.
But, oh, okay, one more gem, and then we can do it. I think I saw one as well. There it is. That's the gem we need. But yeah, something I at least would say I dislike, maybe not hate, is that most of the NPCs in this game are like short, sort of, generally quite sort of saccharine, cutesy character designs.
Well, if it isn't my...
You've got your little seal character and the little lions from the gladiatorial level and the little weather witches from this one.
Precious gems. Well then, Spyro, you may now use the bellows any time you wish. Best of luck on your little egg hunt.
They're all about the size of Spyro. I think pretty much all of them, without fail, are Spyro size. Whereas, you know, in Spyro 2, you know, there weren't any in Spyro 1, other than the dragons, who were all massive. But in Spyro 2, you had a bit of a mixture. Like the slug men from Zephyr were a lot taller than him. The birds from Breeze Harbor were, and yeah, there were some small, more kind of cutesy-looking ones, like the little hippo men from the first level, and the Horikos Electrolls.
Remember.
And I like the variety of that, but I kind of feel like almost all of the allies in this game are all like short, quite almost chibi style characters, not quite that far, but you know, that kind of thing. You also get some very obvious kind of enemy reuse as the level goes on, as the world goes on, as the game goes on.
Oh, you activated the bellows? Maybe I can get the cloud generator working again.
And yeah, they reuse stuff, Cully Willy. Like they reuse the twins from Spyro 2. You're right, they reuse them. I mean, I find that less bothersome. That, you know, they were almost. It's as though they've tried to introduce them as potentially recurring characters. You know, it doesn't bother me that in Crash Bandicoot that you end up seeing Coco again, or
The Rhinox must have been using
or Engine or whoever. But
cloud generator.
you know, they're unique enough that I'm happy for the Secret Agent twins to come back. But the fact that like the little lizards are running around in the skating level that we've just been to, and especially given that this is meant to be a lost world, you know, it's literally called the Forgotten Kingdoms or something, the Forgotten Realms. No, it's not called the Forgotten Realms, is it?
We usually wake up our rain cloud at the crack of dawn, but these mischievous spirits are stopping our bells from ringing.
And these evil spirits are from Colossus in Spyro 2, and some of it is just like they just reused assets, which, you know, we're talking about a time where obviously budget constraints were probably tighter. Oops. And so there probably was more reuse of stuff like this. It was easy for them. I mean, you know, this game was developed within the space of a year. They kind of, you know, had to hurry it out to be in time for the Year of the Dragon.
Do you want this doodad? It fell out of the belfry.
But yeah, it would be nice to have a bit more variety, less recycled stuff. These gem thieves as well, sorry, egg thieves were of course in Spyro 1, the blue ones like this were, and there were some thieves in Spyro 2 as well, but they had a unique model at least. And the professor from Spyro 2 is also, yeah, that's true, he's in the Agent Zero. He works with Agent Zero in this game. So yeah, how I mean, you know, you arrive here and Moneybags is here and he says, "Oh yeah, my business dried up after you like left Avalor." Well, all right, I can try and get behind that as an in-universe explanation. But then the fact that also the professor is here and also the twins are here from Scorch, you know, it's a bit like, okay. Everyone is here. This is supposed to be a forgotten world that the dragons... The only reason Spyro is here is because he's the only one who could fit down the hole. You know, no one else could get here. Except everyone who is here. They could all get here. I believe if I mash X here... Oh no, I don't know how you do it, but you can come out of that flop animation and... you can like glide. You can start gliding immediately. So hang on, there should be a whirlwind somewhere, not that one. And what is through here? Don't want to spoil TP, but they do kind of explain how all the Spyro 2 characters get there, says Demi Kempton. I have played this before, so it's not. There'll be no spoilers if you were to say so. But like, I mean, yeah, they come up with reasons, don't they? Like, you know, Moneybag says his business dried up. What does the professor say? How's he here? Did he invent something or other? Spies. How did the spies get here? Like, I don't know. You can come up with reasons for it, like, no doubt. Narrative reasons, but it's kind of like, okay, sure. But that's just That's just the devs choosing to reuse characters and then come up with some reason why they're here, even though, you know, it's just, I get the impression that surely this world is meant to be cut off from the... Spyro is amazed to hear that it exists. He's like, the other side of the world? And, you know, dragons haven't been here in 1,000 years. It's meant to be this, like, lost world, but everyone seems to know about it, except Spyro. I don't know. It's weird that the game is fine with loading in these sub-areas, these little side quest worlds, but it won't let me go through a portal. And yeah, it did let me go through the first portal without issue. So we have to get these sun seeds to the middle without letting them get too cool. So they start cooling down, you have to flame them, keep them going. You have to get 3 of them to the center. It is cool spot, isn't it? You're right. Oops. A wizard did it, yeah. Oh, I got it. It was just disappearing. Professor gets a really old book to make a portal to the Dragon Worlds, but the book is over 1,000 years old, and so it takes him to where the Forgotten Worlds are. Oh, is that right? So I have only played this a few times, this game, and I don't remember all of the details. So yeah, there are. I'm not surprised that there are in-universe reasons given for everyone being here, but I don't know. Just seems a bit cheeky. All of these people, but no Elora. Yeah. Although, doesn't Elora appear in the epilogue?
Here, you can have this last sunseed as a souvenir. I think it might be a dud, though.
I think in the epilogue it says that Spyro and Elora like spend some quality time together or something. So, how am I getting up there to do all that stuff? I've forgotten. Let me head back over here. Is this it? Is this part of it? I know this is where I was before, but... Right, so it's not here. It's up there. I've been through... Oh, well, there's a gem there, so that's useful. Oops. Ooh. Oh, no, hang on. Oops. Oh, will I make it? No. This is the risk I take when I play a game that I'm less familiar with. It's nice though to be able to at least play a Spyro game and here we go. And sometimes just get a little bit lost or have to actually do some proper exploring because I played Spyro 2, Spyro 1 and 2 and I could kind of I still don't know exactly which rooms each gem is in, not like a speedrunner who literally go from one gem to the next in a straight line, in like a racing line, but I do know where all the rooms are, and then when I get into each room I empty them out, so like I could almost play it with my eyes shut, except I wouldn't be able to walk point to point from each gem. But yeah, I don't get lost in Spyro 2 and Spyro 1. There we go. So, how have we done there? We've got everything. Yeah? Does it not go... do? Yeah. Does it? Is it going to say 100%? Yes! Level complete. I always like to go out through the exit portal, even though I know I don't need to. Question is, will the game break as we exit? I'll do a save state, and then we'll go through here, and we'll see if we get a error 69. Bimanum. Okay. We're out safely.
I saw something.
Yeah, I know you did. It's 6:15. Now the issue is we can't get into any of the other... How many... What do you need? 10 eggs. He's late for a meeting at the Tiki Lodge. And how many do you need? 14.
Here I was, about to go for a nice swim at Shell Beach, and my portal just disappeared right in front of me.
Oh no. Okay, well if I quickly grab all the eggs in this world, the homeworld eggs, there's one. I've already got 6, so this makes 7. If we can get enough for 10, I'll be able to go into the Tiki Lodge, and then while I'm in the Tiki Lodge I should be able to grab another 4 eggs, and therefore between us oh, he'll give me one, won't he, if I jump across this thing?
To get the...
I think he will. And actually, I've got enough money to free Sheila as well, so we can do all original stuff now. We won't have to retread any old ground. So I think we can safely not have to resort to either Reignited or Pete's Gauntlet. Oops. I do obviously need to fix the error, though, between now and the next stream is the only thing. So, that's 9 eggs. If I pay for Sheila,
The sorceress says...
can I afford to free Sheila? Oh, what have I got? Oh, nearly. I'll just quickly grab a couple of gems. I'm really living hand to mouth, aren't I, through this run? Every time I see Moneybags, he's taking almost all of my gems. So we might be about to get the same error. Right, yeah. So, Aerodemica says mostly not to spoil anyone in chat. Oh, I see. I mean, this game is old enough that probably don't need to worry too much about spoilers, and probably most of the people here who enjoy Spyro have probably played this ad nauseum. Right, I've done a save state. I'm going to go in. I have a feeling it is going to just crash, but it's saving. Save successfully. It did it fine.
Thanks again, Spyro. Now I have to find out what that nasty sorceress has done to my home while I was locked up.
Weird. I don't know what causes the glitch specifically, but... Anyway, whatever. Oh, here it is. It's the music I hate.
Hiya, Sheila. While you are gone, a bunch of Rhinox kicked us out of our houses. It's okay, though. Bobby, Pete, and I are working on a clever plan to take them back.
Trigger warning, Lobrotovich. Hi, Sheila. Welcome home. This music is just awful. What's the grunting that's just on loop in the background? Why is it just going, or? It's not doing it right now, but it does it a lot of the time.
Follow Bobby and Pete up there using your air harp. It's easy, just press the X button again at the top of your jump.
The Winkler. kind of feel like the music, it's not Australian sounding, and it's not Alpine sounding. So what is it? Why does it sound like this? Not that it would have to sound like either of those two things, but I don't know, it just sounds weird.
You can get up really steep cliffs like this one with your double jump. Press the X button to jump, and press it again exactly when you hit the ground to do the double jump.
It's called the 2/3 of a triple jump.
You can go anywhere you want.
Can I smash through the cracks on the wall? Is that a thing? No.
Yeah.
Can definitely do it in certain places, but...
420
Blaze it, everyone.
16 tab. Since we are collection 106% of the eggs today, here are some exciting jokes. Why do eggs make terrible criminals? They always crack under pressure.
Good.
Ha ha ha. What do you call an egg that goes on safari? An explorer. Ha he. What's an egg's favorite vacation spot? New York City. Ho ho ho.
Good.
What superpower did the chicken wish it had? X-ray vision. Ha ooh ooh. What is a chicken's favorite type of coffee? Expresso. Hi. Moggy extra joke.
Yeah.
Those jokes were extra good.
Spyro BBBBBBB Sheila BBBBBBB accent BBBBBBB Gems BBBBBBB Error 69 BBBBBB Spyro 3 PS1 Blaze it.
Error 69. That's right. Why is he pulling his beard like that?
Home at last. Here, I was saving this to make an omelette, but I think you deserve it more.
Oh my god, an omelette out of a lovely little baby dragon. It's Ruby. Blaze it, everyone. Thank you for blazing it there, Lobrotovich and Steven Skodes. Thank you for the bits. It's regular bits like that, you know, it's important not to take for granted. Oh. And, you know, they're very important to us. All bits are important, but yeah, it means a lot when people are regular donors like that. Oh, yikes. Yeah, I also don't really like, you press square, you know, the delay on sort of how long it takes between button press and actual impact on your attack. So I don't like playing as Sheila. It's probably my least favourite of the characters to play as. Don't really like playing as Sergeant Bird either. I just don't think any of them actually control that well, which is a shame. Probably the one my least favourites. I don't want to say my most favourites. Are Agent 9 is, I mean, just straightforward-ish. It's just third-person shooter, isn't it? You can't go too far wrong with that. And actually, the Yeti, whatever his name is, Charles or something. It's not Charles. It's like a Winston, or I don't know. He can, you know, he's a big bulky tank, but at least you kind of know what you're getting with that. It's just straightforward, march through and smash things. And again, you can't go too far wrong with that. But designing a character who can only do effectively a melee attack and has kind of a weird jumping thing. Bentley, that's it, yeah. And then, you know, a flying penguin who has to drop bombs and has guns on him. Like, I don't know. It's not for me. But to say all that, you know, it's still. This is my least favourite of a really, really good trilogy, you know. To be the least good... Oh, I have to destroy the spawners, don't I? What am I doing? To be the least good of the Spyro trilogy, you're still the... I don't even use the word worst, but you're still the worst of a great thing. It's no... You know, what I'm trying to say is the worst Spyro game is still a lot better than the best game in another series, you know, various other IP. So So it could be worse. Boom, boom, boom. It's just going round and round in my head. It's almost sort of Latin American sounding. Just kind of from the trumpet riff. Hate that looping grunt sound that's not even like properly to the beat. I don't know what Stuart Copeland was thinking when he wrote this. It's nothing like any of his other music for this game.
How to control a character or vehicle? Just go to the...
Yeah, all right, thank you. Are we good? Have I been up there? Yes, I have. Feel the same about Crash 3's attempts at diversifying gameplay, says Puddledummy. That's a good question, because actually... Well, actually no. I was going to say I much prefer Crash 3's attempts, and I think I do prefer them, but that's not necessarily to say that I think they are actively good. Some of them are. I actually don't mind Coco's jet ski levels too much. I think they did an okay job of like nailing the design of those, and you know the controls are precise enough that where's the exit portal for this? Is it out here? I have to speak to the last goat. Yeah.
Thanks for the help, Sheila. You can have this egg I found in my house.
Thank you. Vielen Dank. Nan. We've saved everyone's Nan. There we go. Where's the portal? There it is. Oh no. I wonder if it's going to crash. I didn't do a save state, but I've done one now. I don't know if that's going to help. Oh, Hunter just layers over the top of that tree.
Ooh, look out, Hunter. It's the scary sorceress.
I've warned you already. This place isn't safe for small dragons and pussycats.
Whoa.
Thanks, but I think we can look after ourselves.
Try looking after this.
Oh, angry eyebrows.
Come back when you finish witch school, okay?
Say, is it just me, or is she kind of cute when she's angry?
Oh boy. Saving. Good. You're going to need to do that. Be successful. Good. Will we make it? Yes. It's just stopped glitching now. I mean, it probably hasn't. I think next time I go to a level, it's going to glitch. But, Isabel. Alright, thank you. Yeah, so, how are we doing? 6:30. I might just grab the gems here now. It won't take too long to clear out Sunrise Springs. So yeah, Crash, some of it worked well. And actually, I didn't mind the motorbike levels either. I don't like trying to 100% them. I don't like that you can't turn around and go back and grab boxes once you've driven past them. If you miss one, you have to restart the whole level. That's really annoying. But like, it's fun to, if you're just playing it at the kind of a basic level of like, I am racing these blokes who are in a car and I'm on a cool motorbike. It works pretty well. It's fun. And they did that themed one with the UFOs, that like secret level at the end, and so some of it worked pretty well in Crash 3, but I didn't like the swimming levels very much. And in Crash 2 as well, I didn't like the jetpack a whole lot. I just don't think it controlled very well. I didn't mind the idea of it, but I think if they maybe just mixed up the controls a bit. That would have been good. But, yeah, so Crash is kind of a similar story in a way, where I think like some of the stuff they've added to diversify gameplay is hit and miss. Like with Spyro, it's mainly like playing as other characters that I don't seem to enjoy, because like, you know, there's all sorts of level diversification or gameplay diversification in the orb challenges of Spyro 2 and the egg challenges of this game, where you might be like driving a tank or on a mine car or something like that, and those things tend to be pretty good for the most part, I think. So, because they were right to want to diversify things. Spyro 1 was alright. You could play through that whole game, and I find it interesting enough to enjoy it from start to finish. But if there were 2 more games like that where the only variety was, you know, the theme of the level and nothing else, it's not gonna hold out for 2 more games worth and still be fun. So it made sense for them to add power-ups and add orb challenges and stuff like that. That was all a good move. Yeah. I don't like the extra characters in this game, and I don't really like some of the stuff that Crash 3 did, or Crash 2. But then there's a lot of it that I do like, so that's all good. Yeah, I don't want to sound too negative. I spent enough of the past couple of streams, you know, absolutely ragging on Spyro 4 and Crash 4, which really were pretty bad. But yeah, I feel like I've spent the past month or so of streams mostly being negative and angry, and I'd like to think that's not really who I am when it comes to video games, even though we do have a show called Worst Games Ever that is like our signature format. But yeah, good. So, any gems in the middle? No. So we'll just clear out in here. So the characters that we've been saving are here to help. We've got Sheila, she's holding onto this balloon. This little thing will do as well.
This is a balloon that will take you to a new land, but we can't use it until you bring back 1 person from each of the 5 worlds.
So now, I'll just head over here, and then we can either, well, rather than replay all the way through the first level, whatever it's flipping called, Sunny Villa, which to be fair wouldn't take that long, well, the skating would take a while, but yeah, rather than go through all that, I will do a different level instead. So we'll do the Tiki Lodge, or something. Oh, have I missed a 5 gem somewhere? I can't get sparks to point to gems either, can I? Not yet. It's an unlockable thing in this game. Have a quick look underwater. It's probably right back at the start or something. Gems do twinkle from a distance though, which is useful. It's probably just down here somewhere. Oh, there's a wanna. So, actually, there we go, there's another. Aha! That's it, we've done it. So, we'll leave Sunny Villa, I'll do that off camera, apart from the Sheila bit, which you've not seen. And yeah, let's go to Molten Crater. Did I get it right? Molten Crater? My portal is working again. Come to the Tiki Lodge. Okay. Save state. Let's have a zap as well. Does she zap? No. Okay. Keep your fingers crossed, everyone. Alright, it just works now. I I don't know. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I was going to say, is it an emulator issue or is it my PC? My PC's been acting up recently. I'm a bit worried about it because it means I'll have to replace it if I want to carry on streaming. Well, never mind, just carry on streaming from home. We need to replace it anyway, but especially if I want to play Starfield. But yeah, my computer started to crash occasionally and restart, which is not good.
Rhinocs are running rampant around here, but I can't get anyone out of the Tiki Lodge long enough to do anything about it.
This was a playable level on the demo as well, actually. I think. This one will not be 106% yet because Sergeant Bird. You're right, Cooley Wooly. We will have to backtrack to this level to bird it up, bird me up inside. Yeah, another again being negative, but I'm sure people are, or some people anyway, will be interested in my thoughts on this game because maybe it's their favorite or their least favorite, and they want to know what Spyro boy Peter Austin thinks of this game in particular. So I'll be honest, I'll give you some thoughts. Another thought I have is that I feel like they did in this game something that it felt like they were doing a little bit in Spyro 2, but they still made it work in Spyro 2. But in this game, it kind of feels like some levels are just designed to be... They've kind of thought about the theme of it before anything else, and then kind of forced it into, tried to make it work in the context of the game. And, to be fair, it's a sort of a fantasy come even sci-fi in places, or a science fantasy game. So anything works, you can do what you like. If there's magic and there's also technology, then you should be able to do whatever you want. But what frustrates me is that, there's a level that's just themed around a haunted shipwreck. Just because I kind of feel like they just wanted to do a haunted shipwreck level. And there's a level that's themed around an Egyptian tomb because they wanted to do an Egyptian level. And, it doesn't have to be... it's not... We're not talking a classic novel here. I'm not suggesting for a minute that it needs to be really compelling and really, grounded and have all the internal consistency that you can get. But equally, I don't want to feel like someone in a...
Take this egg. They were giving them away at the Tiki Lodge
The Tiki Lodge. I don't want to feel like some people sat down in a boardroom, or not a boardroom, but in a developer's room or a writer's room and went, we could do a level in an Egyptian tomb, maybe. And maybe we do one with a haunted ghost wreck, shipwreck thing. No, Sergeant Bird's currently on an important mission to the inside of a cage. Tough luck. Whereas Spyro 1, certainly all the levels were kind of just biomes.
Spyro, you're just in time. I saw 2 egg thieves run through this door. Well, actually, they paid me to guard their hideout, but that's irrelevant. I'll happily let you through the gate to chase them down for a small finder's fee.
Molten Crater sounds like someone had dominoes. Yeah.
Thank you, Spyro, and best of luck catching those dastardly egg thieves.
So Spyro 1, the levels were all kind of tied together almost geographically. You had the deserts of peacekeepers, you had the rolling hills of artisans, the swamp of beastmakers. They were all there was never an issue with Spyro 1 feeling like a level stuck out as being out of place. And even in Spyro 2, where...
Are you the dragon looking for all those eggs? Because I saw a shifty-looking character with one over there.
Where levels from one to the next, even within a world, you go to Autumn Plains, levels might all look quite... Oh. How do I turn on the supercharge? What? Why can't I... Do I have to do something to turn this on? Unfortunately, Spyro... Oh, I see. I have to catch him normally, and then a super fast thief appears, isn't he? I'll turn on the supercharge for you, Spyro, so you can catch that one. Yeah, and then Spyro 2, like, alright, there was less kind of,
Hey, there goes another one. He was really fast.
Maybe I activate the supercharge. There was less, that, like, levels shared with each other from one homeworld to the next. I mean, they were paired off quite often, and had similar... Oh yeah, I can smash this, can't I? And had, like, similar characters in them, and you know, like, Zephyr was at war with Breeze Harbor, so you did have that, at least. But equally, you know, there was, like, Sunny Beach, which was sunny, and then in the same world you had, like, Colossus, which was a snowy mountain. So, like, in terms of biomes, they were less well tied together, but I still felt like... I still believed that they all existed in the same world, and that, yeah, alright, this place is warm and this place is cold, and that's fine, but they're all just places, and that's fine. They exist on their own. I don't recall there ever really being a level in Spyro 2, off the top of my head. I'd have to go through them all, really, but, like, there wasn't really a level that felt like someone had said, it would be cool if we did an Egyptian tomb level, just because they wanted to do an Egyptian tomb, do you know what I mean? There were definitely moments of, like, oh, we could put robots in this one, or we could do whatever, but, like, I think everything felt like it had a place in the world as well. Like, Hurricos is clearly where all the power for the world is generated. And Robotica Farms, alright, it's got robots in it, and that was clearly done because they thought robots would be cool. But it's a farm, you know? And maybe that's where a lot of the food comes from in Avalar. And you get that in this level as well. Like, we had the one where the weather is generated. I like that. That's very Spyro. I can't remember the name of it because I don't know the names of these levels in this game. But it makes sense to me that there would be a level where the weather is generated. And I'm happy even with this level where, like, it's a bit lava-y, and, alright, for some reason, the characters are whatever the flip they are. Like, tiki men. But that's fine. It doesn't feel like someone went, oh, we should do a zombie level, or we should do a ninja level, or we should do a whatever. But there are plenty of levels in this that do feel like that, and that's something that I think Spyro 2 does much better. Jesus, this guy! Oh, come on. Game, I don't know what you want me to do, how much faster you want me to go, but I'm cutting corners and everything. Oh, come on! Give me a hit detection just with the pixel on the very edge of my horn. It must be touching him. Gosh, you really have to cut those corners, otherwise. Right, so now... Oops, I missed it, but that's what I want to do. I want to smash that all on the floor. Give me some more. So I think that's all the gems from this little room, little side area. Just have another quick run around, but it looks like it. So yeah, when I really start breaking it down and doing a deep dive review, I could definitely give you there we go, a couple of reasons why Spyro 3 is my least favourite. But there are plenty of things it does right. There's probably a few things it does better than any other game in the entire trilogy. couldn't necessarily tell you off the top of my head what those things are, but there will be some things. Cutscenes are probably better. There are more cutscenes than any other game, and they're nicely done. Spyro 2 has, you know, has more story and more narrative than Spyro 1 does, or at least more narrative development. But it does have fewer cutscenes. I think I still prefer the overall characterization and the voice acting and stuff in those cutscenes. But there aren't as many of them. So I think I've kind of got everything I can for the time being. And we need to come back when we've freed Sergeant Bird. And then we can go to the... still got 15 minutes left of the stream, so we can go to the Seal level. The Grimace level, as someone said earlier in the chat. It's saving. Can we make it through the portal? I remember in the Spyro Worst Games Ever episode, one of the science facts was Ben wants to flip the dragon, and now he's a known dragon racist, presumably because she rejected his advances. Which dragon does he want to flip? Oh, the one in whichever Spyro game we played. What's she called? Cinder, is she called? Is that who he wanted to flip?
Yay! My portal is working! I'll see you at the beach!
I'm about to ruin everyone's immersion and everyone's enjoyment of a running gag, but I don't really understand the Allura hype. You know, even as polygonal, pixelated PS1 Triple P characters go, you know, I can appreciate when an animated character is attractive. Whether I'm a furry or not, it's not for me to say. But I can, you know, like. Everyone says about how Judy Hopps is hot, right? I've never actually seen that film, but I can see why people think that Judy Hopps or Lola Bunny, you know, people like that, they're all rabbits, apparently. That's the sexiest animal. But,
Joyride, and then they smashed it into a big pile of rocks.
Oh, no!
Oddly enough, the Rhinox failed to see the humor in the story and stuffed my friends in the jail behind you.
Yeah, so I'm not even trying to be like, oh, I don't fancy animals, definitely not, and, you know, defensive about it. The lady doth protest too much. I'm happy to say that, hey, some animated characters are hot AF, but in all honesty, I don't really get the Allura hype. You know, which I know we talk about how Peter wants to flip Allura. Sometimes we joke about how Peter wants to flip Spyro, to be honest. But in all honesty, I'm not sure about Allura. I think what's her name? The sorceress, not the sorceress. I mean the apprentice sorceress, Hunter's girlfriend from this one. Is arguably more PS1 anthropomorphic animal attractive than Allura is, I would argue. Bianca. Also a rabbit. Maybe it's just rabbits that I'm into. And what's Thingy's girlfriend called? Roger Rabbit. Roger Rabbit's girlfriend, Jessica Rabbit, right? Is she actually a rabbit, or is she just called Rabbit because he's married to her? She doesn't have big ears, does she? Is she actually a human? Because Jessica Rabbit, everyone knows that, you know,
if you want a
it's beauty standards no one should have to conform to, but...
button to open the Atlas page for the world you are in.
Peter, thoughts on Lola Bunny? I mean, I use Lola Bunny as an example just now, of an animated character who people can, you know, have feelings for that they're uncomfortable with. So yeah, sorry about the Allura hype. She's a human, people are saying. Okay, yeah, I thought she might be, but yeah. So there you go. I've shattered your illusions there as to whether I actually had a crush on Allura as a child, because I honestly don't think I did. I'm trying to think if there's anyone else in Spyro 2 though who maybe I did have a crush on. I'm not sure there's a lot of female representation. There's the other fawns in Fracture Hills, but they sort of talk like, I don't know what the accent is, how you would describe that accent, but you know, they're like high schoolers from California or something. Like the cheerleader that you didn't like at school, if you went to school in America, which I didn't. The cheerleader I don't like from American TV shows about school. That's what they talk like. There's Zoe. I mean, she's just that much smaller as a character model that she has even less definition. It's hard to even appreciate what she actually looks like one way or another. TP had a crush on the professor. Hey, sometimes I prefer brains over beauty. You know, the professor is maybe that's the one to go for. He'd certainly give you stimulating conversation. There's the hula hippo woman who you saved from the idol in Idle Springs. I'm trying to think of like how many or indeed how few female characters there actually are in Spyro 2. Let me think. What else is there? There aren't any female turtles in Sunny Beach, as far as I'm aware. My pencil! He certainly would put lead in my pencil, as they say. Farlow XO has subscribed. Thank you very much for subbing. You came for the Spyro, you stayed for the discussions over which is the hottest Spyro character, right? Don't tell me that that's not the case. Who else is there? I don't think there's a single female character in Spyro 1. Are any of the bosses female? No, there's Dr. Shemp. All the dragons are male, I know that for a fact. Dr. Shemp. What's Blowhard? I think is ambiguously possibly male. It's just a hat. It's just a whirlwind with a hat on top. So it could be female, but other bosses. Oh, there's the ladies from what's my skill point for? Do I have to manually? Oh no. Oh, I don't even know where my skill points are listed. Atlas. I don't know. There's the ladies from Clifftown. They're women. I believe unofficially or semi-officially in the Prima guide, which is the official guide, but I don't think the characters were named by the developers in it. They're known as Big Mamas. So that would certainly appeal to sort of Twitter today, I think. Twitter loves a Big Mama. Ashton would definitely go for the Big Mamas. Yeah, who else is there? Spyro has some pretty low female representation. That's something that Spyro 3 did well, I can say that for sure. You know, I was saying that Spyro 3, there must be things it did better than the others.
Plan worked! That dumb octopus dropped the jail key while he was shaking me. Now I can free my friends!
Oh, there's the fools in the Dreamweaver's homeworld as well. Some of those are ladies, I think.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. One of the Rhinox had this egg in his lunchbox.
I think as a child, I had a bit of a crush on Coco Bandicoot. But again, are there that many female characters in Crash? Obviously, Crash 4 has female entropy. Oh, and there's Torna, who, when Crash 4 was revealed, people were talking about how thick she is. She got cake. Nice to know that as soon as a female character is introduced, there's an immediate assessment of whether she got back. But then, you know, here I am talking about the characters I'm most attracted to, so I'm no better than those people, really. Important question. The Sorceress, says Lucy B. Sorceress isn't for me. I'm sure the Sorceress is for some people. To be fair, I remember a whole discussion happening about Mario's butt, says Mr. Black. You're right, that did happen. People talked about Mario in his jeans. So there's a level here, isn't there, where you drive a tank, I think. Oh no. How come those guys can hit you if you come straight at them going full speed? That seems a little bit cheap. They're dungarees, aren't they? Not jeans. Yeah, you're right. Mario wears dungarees. But, you know, denim is what I mean. Oh, is this where we ride the wave?
Dragon egg for you, but we used it to test our ultra-high-speed super fluidity tunnel. The good news is that it made it to the end of the tunnel without a scratch. The bad news is that there's no way to get it back out now. The tunnel is chock full of Rhinox and floating mines. The only way to retrieve that egg is to defeat every single Rhinox in the tunnel.
Why? Why do I have to defeat the Rhinox? Why can't I just dodge past them? So we go down this tunnel now, and it's kind of fun, but also a bit tricky. You have to dodge the mines, but apparently it's not enough to just make it to the end and pick up the egg. You have to defeat the Rhinox, so... Oh no. I think there's a bit of assisted turning, like it will bring you round the corners by itself. Oh no, it won't. It's the other way around. I was thinking that there was, and there isn't. So, in a way that's better, because at least you have full control over your character and you're not gonna... Oh. Oh god. I did it.
This egg has surprisingly good fluid dynamic characteristics. From now on, all of our submarines will be egg-shaped.
I love it when streams go full tilt into weird topics like this. Yeah, I've run out of steam now. I don't know what else to... I mean, I don't want to mentally go through every single level in the Spyro trilogy and try and think of all the female characters and rate how attractive they all are. But I mean, we can do that if you want to. I was surprised though at how few female, just female enemies that. Oh, there we go. Come out the top here. I forgot about that. Female enemies there were in Spyro 1 off the top of my head. I knew that there were no female NPCs, like you know, friendly NPCs, dragons and stuff. But yeah, is that it? Is that? There's no one. Jacques. He's male, presumably.
Pluto the Rhinox has challenged us to a naval battle. Our speedboat versus his nuclear shark submarine. If we win, we get the dragon egg he's guarding. If we lose, we have to spend a month in KP. What do you say? Do you want to take on Pluto?
Yeah.
Okay, good luck. Just remember, stay away from the sharp end.
Stick him with the pointy end. Excuse me. Oh, it has limited ammo. What am I choking on? Got a little frog in my throat. Oh no. He's so scary. Oh, he shoots torpedoes. Okay, hang on. Not doing that right. The reignited Spyro 1 gave us a whole lot of dragon daddies. It's a crime they haven't made a Spyro 4 full of dragon mommies. You're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, there were some real daddies in reignited Spyro the Dragon 1, for sure. And whatever profession you want, they had one, you know? It covered all bases. You want a musty guy covered in tattoos? Hey, there's a dragon for you. You want someone who makes good coffee? There was literally a barista dragon. Oh no. Okay, I've got to be a bit more careful here. I'm being a bit silly. And he's gonna get me. No! One more shot will do it, but he's gonna get me. He's gonna kill me if he hits me again. Got him.
Wow! That's the first time Bluto has ever lost! You got a lot of talent for someone so purple. I hope this
What?
was worth all the trouble.
What does that mean? Oh, the music went a bit weird then. Why did it... That was weird. Good. So... I'm kind of surprised in a way that Spyro the Dragon Reignited didn't change some of the dragons to female. Because there are some who definitely have unisex names, either names that that actually exist in the real world that are unisex, or at least fantasy names that you could just very easily turn into female characters. But I guess they just thought it's not really for us to redesign this at this point. But you know, Spyro 4, if and when it happens, they could really explore some stuff if they wanted to, without getting too serious about this, because you know that's where Spyro always goes wrong. If people try and make too much of a serious narrative in Spyro, then that's where historically it's had problems, I would say. But if they wanted to, they could say, you know, they could introduce another world in Spyro 4, you know, something like the Forgotten Lands, Forgotten whatever it's called, Forgotten Kingdoms, where maybe all the female dragons live. Maybe there's just some sort of lore reason why we've never seen any female dragons in Spyro so far. Because there must be some. Who's laying all the eggs? It's basic biology. At least if we're talking about biological females as opposed to gender identity, which of course is not simply a case of biology. But there must at least be some dragons who were assigned female at birth, who are, you know, the ones who are capable of laying dragon eggs. If indeed that is how dragons work, which it might not be, because they are a fantasy being. Mushroom Speedway. You know, certain people would have gotten so mad if they changed even one of the dragons into a woman, says Lucy B. No, you're right. They definitely would have done. Although there was a Oh, Spark is going to talk now. I hate it. There was one dragon in Spyro 1 that I used to think was a woman. I think he's called Damon, which is, I think, typically a male name, but he had a sort of unique character model. There were a couple of dragons who had their own, you know, it was like a one-time only model, whereas others kind of repeated a couple of times with different skins. But he had, I think it was a completely unique character model. And he had quite a sort of high-pitched old man voice, and he went, "Thanks for releasing me. Seems like I've been trapped in here since I was your age." And because he was so like that, so nasally, I thought, oh, is this like an old woman? Because, you know, sometimes old women, as they age, they get like a bit of a deeper voice and a bit of a sort of huskier voice. And so I thought it was a kind of a low-pitched old lady rather than a high-pitched man. Time attack. But as it turns out, no, it was one of 80 male dragons. Oh, I forgot that they put the gems in the rings. That's a fun thing. They should have done that in, or they should continue to do that in future games. There you go. That's something that this game did right. It actually attached gems to these items, whereas normally you would only get the gems for having actually completed the stuff. Look at these radioactive spiders. Always go against the flow of traffic when you're chasing something. Well, don't chase something down is the point. Don't chase down when you're doing a Spyro speedway. Go against the way that they're moving and they'll come to you. That's something this game did pretty well, I think, is speedways. Although there's always a bonus challenge involved, isn't there? And what is it? Is it always a race or is it sometimes something different? Spyro 2 had a little challenge in each one as well, and some of them weren't that good. Normally a hunter-related challenge. At egg. Yeah, these are. I would argue these are the superior speedways in the Spyro trilogy. Malo Dino, thank you for subscribing for 3 months now on a 1-month streak. Let's race the butterflies. Hit the stars for a speed boost. I hated how they did the races in, well, that was a strong use of the word hate, because they weren't that bad, but I very much disliked the race in Spyro Enter the Dragonfly. If you missed a ring, if you just passed by it, it failed you. You couldn't just go forward, you couldn't do this and go, whoops. Oh, you can't do it in this one either. I think that's really bad. I don't think they should do that. Well, Spyro 3 learned from Spyro 4 learned from Spyro 3. I think if you miss a ring, you should be able to go, oh no, I missed a ring. Oh, wait, what? Did I accidentally get that ring? If you just miss it, you should be allowed to loop round. And it looks like in this one, you can't. Oh, or was that because I was running out of time? I don't know. Oh, now I've missed this star. Hang on. Okay, let's do it properly now. I was just trying to illustrate a point, but anyway. Axel's Alive 95 subscribed via Prime for 7 months. Thank you very much indeed. Now it's Billy the Wizard. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Rocket Broomstick Racing. Thank you, Axel's Alive, for your subscription. It's 10:07. Getting real peckish. I want me tea. Just gonna finish this. Oh, finish this race and then we'll call it there. Probably shouldn't have actually come into this speedway because it probably was about 7 o'clock when we came. But anyway, that's fine. focus. The silent focus. I'm in first. Should be alright. Lap 3 out of 3. Good. Just thinking about what I'm going to have for dinner now. That's all that's in my head. I'm like, oh, good, it's 7:10. I can go eat. Could get garlic and chips. Garlic and chips. Oh god, imagine if I went off course right at the end. Fairies. Oh yeah, there's like goth fairies in Spyro 1. There are a few fairies. And they're fairies that kiss you. So there is some female representation, but I don't know if a female character ever even speaks in that game. Well, there we go, everyone. We made it through. I mean, I'll say it now. It's probably going to glitch as we return home because I've just tempted fate. But we made it through a few levels without that crash coming back. Very odd. Don't know what's causing that, but hopefully it will leave us alone now. But yeah, at least we're able to... It saves on the transition on the loading screen, and then if we load the file back up, it dumps us into the level we were trying to get into. So it seems like whatever happens, we will have some way around it all. But yeah. So I'm just going to head over here and I'm going to save the game right here. Good, that's done. So if I remember, in my own time outside of the stream, I will go around and do all of Sunny Villa apart from the Sheila side area that we didn't do today, but I'll do everything that I've already done, do all the skating again so that you don't have to watch me do the skate challenges twice. So yeah, we'll do that, and we'll play some more of that next week, which is very exciting. But in the meantime, don't forget, on Saturday we are doing a very, very exciting stream, Saturday morning, that's in UK time, and there are all kinds of ways you can get involved by heading to patreon.com/Team TripleJump, or by going to triplej.mup/SMTJ. There it is in the chat. Mr. Black has posted a link, so you can head there and look at all the SMTJ related rewards, but they are redeemed via Patreon. So if you see a thing that you like the sound of for SMTJ and think, oh yeah, I would pay that much to do that thing, well, the best part about it is not only will you be able to do that thing by paying that much, but in order to do that thing, you do it via Patreon, and it won't cost you anything extra other than what you're already deciding you're going to pay for that reward. And then you'll be like, oh, and I get all these other benefits for a month. Great. And then if you want to cancel, you can cancel. That's fine. But it's a good way for you to maybe have a little taster of something by redeeming an SMTJ reward and thinking, oh, and actually, thinking about it, because I've done that, I've got early worst games ever this week, or whatever it is. So maybe have a look at those and give something a try. Amazing. Well, thank you everybody for all of your donations and subscriptions today, and I will see you later on in the week live, and I hope you all have a nice Monday evening and enjoy other stuff this week. Ahsoka, I've not even talked about that on stream. That came out between now and the previous stream, episode 1 and 2 of the Ahsoka show. Very exciting. I'm really enjoying it. Really like it. But no spoilers, anyone, because other people won't have seen it. Some people won't have seen it. And other people won't be at all interested, which is fine. Just as well then that we're ending the stream. Otherwise, I'd probably be talking about it for half an hour. So, good. I will catch you all in a bit, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your Mondays. All right then. Bye for now.